If you want to build a personal brand that generates you multiple 5 figures a month, then you need to understand this one principle about your marketing. It's what I do with every client before we even touch a single piece of content, and it's what Nick did at the start of our program that helped him scale to $13,000 a month in just 4 weeks of working with us. Because if you're a coach or an online service provider and your content isn't bringing you clients right now, your first instinct probably will be to reach more people. Post more, get more views, and get more followers. And I get why, because that's what everybody keeps telling you to do. But I'm gonna show you why that instinct is the exact thing keeping you stuck, and why the coaches who actually fill their calendar are doing close to the opposite. Here's the whole idea in one sentence. When you try to speak to everyone, you land with no one. The fix isn't getting a bigger audience, it's getting painfully specific about the one person you are actually for. So in this video, I'm going to break down what that really means, how you can build it for your business in about 20 minutes, and how you can use it so your content, your profile, and your conversations starts pulling the right people in instead of you chasing them. Let's get into it. So why selling to everyone is keeping you stuck? Most coaches are just writing their content for anybody who might be interested in coaching. And that's exactly why most people aren't interested in their coaching. Their content is just coming out generic and really forgettable, and people just scroll past their videos. So what happens is that generic and forgettable content just gets lost in the feed. The content blends in and the viewer scrolls past because nothing feels aimed at them. If people don't feel an emotion in your videos, if they don't feel like you're talking to them or you're specifically solving something for them, they just watch the next video because maybe that one will talk specifically to them, and your video will just get lost and people will scroll past it, and that's where you're getting low views and low viewer retention. So that's what's described here in point number 3, no emotion, no watch. People only watch if it makes them feel something. Emotion requires being specific, so you should be specific to who you're talking to as well. And you have to awaken that emotion inside of someone to make them watch your video to the end and remember your video, so the next time they see you, they recognize your face, they recognize what you're talking about, and they begin to trust you. And if someone trusts you, it gets way more probable that they invest in your service and become a paying client. Most likely the reason you're posting broad content is because broad content is safe. But safe means invisible, because broad messaging, it feels safe like I said before, but safe is actually why it repels. Nobody hears this is from me because you're speaking to a general public of people. Picture yourself in a crowded room. There's people talking, there's noise everywhere, and one of your friends is on the other side of the room. His name is Peter. You shout, "Hey everyone!" Nobody turns their head, or maybe 1 or 2 people turn their head, but Peter at the other side of the room is not turning his head because he doesn't feel like he's spoken to. But when you shout, "Hey Peter," he will most definitely turn around and look at you because he hears his own name. He feels like he specifically is spoken to. And that's what you want to do with your content as well. You want to speak to that specific person that you can help, so that when they come across your video on the feed, that they will stick around and feel like, okay, I'm being talked to right now and I want to watch this video to the end. So what I mean to say with this is that you don't necessarily have a volume problem, but you have a precision problem. You could be the guy shouting, "Hey everyone," in the room right now. Nobody turns their head, and you're not speaking specifically to that guy in the back that you actually want to speak to. But you should be shouting, "Hey Sarah," or "Hey Peter." Saying one person's name across the room will make them turn their head and will make them focus on you. The plateau you're in right now isn't because too few people see you, it's because the message isn't built for anyone specific. That's the thing I want to point out to you. That's the thing that's the most important. You want to build one specific messaging for one specific person. So what is an ICP? ICP stands for Ideal Customer Profile. It's the one person you want and can help the best. Someone you could picture walking into the room. I will explain it a little better to you with an example. So if you're a personal trainer who helps entrepreneurs, your ICP will most likely be entrepreneurs who have low energy, feel like they're not performing to their full potential, and that are desperately in need to change that because they have specific goals that they want to accomplish, or maybe even a family that they want to have more energy with when they're spending time with them. It's not a vague demographic like men from age 25 to 40. It's an actual person that you could picture walking in the room right now. The goal for most entrepreneurs is to make money, to be free, those sort of things. It's not to get as much followers as possible, but most entrepreneurs are posting on Instagram like it's their goal to get as much followers as possible, or posting on YouTube like it's to get as much subscribers as possible. But subscribers and followers will not pay your bills, they won't pay for your travels, and they won't pay for the other things you want to buy. Getting clients on a consistent basis out of your personal brand, that will pay for all those things. And that's the exact reason why I think it's way better to have 100 perfect fit followers who trust you and are able to invest in your coaching, invest in your program, than 100k followers of random people who will never buy from you. Because let's look at the numbers right here. If you close 10% of those 100 perfect fit followers, that's a pretty low closing rate. If you close 10, and you have a coaching program or maybe even a course of 3k, that's 10 times 3k, that's 30k from those 100 perfect fit followers. If you close just 3 out of those 100k followers, who are people who can't actually buy from you because they don't have the budget or they're not interested in your course, they're just interested in the meme videos you're posting. If you close even 3 people from that, that means you're only getting 9k. That's 1/3 of what you will get from those 100 perfect fit followers. So that's why, in my opinion, it's way better to focus on your specific person. And yeah, you will have a smaller audience with it, but that smaller audience will convert way more into paying clients than the 100k followers ever will. One thing I want to make clear though is that your ICP is a filter, it's not a cage. It doesn't mean you can never work with anyone else ever again. It just means that everything you say is aimed at one person. And what happens when you aim at that one specific person is that you describe their exact situation. It means they feel seen, they feel heard, they feel like you understand them. And when they feel like you understand them and they feel seen, that is the start of trust. And when they start to trust you, that's the only reason they will ever invest in your service. Trust is the one thing that's the most important thing that you want to have when converting people over social media. What you want to keep in the back of your mind when you're using this principle is that you're not selling at this person, you're proving you understand their situation better than they do themselves. And when people start to feel like this is true, they start to feel like you're understanding them, or you understand them better than they do themselves, that is the exact moment that they will invest in your coaching program. So now that you know what an ICP is, let's get into how you can build your own. You want to answer these 6 questions, and when I walk you through those questions, you will understand what I mean with creating a real person. Questions number 1 to 3 are: who are they really? What kind of coach? How far along are they in their entrepreneurial journey? What have they built so far, and where do they want to go? Question number 2 is: where are they stuck right now? What's their specific ceiling? The thing that stopped them working, and it's something that they can't explain. Question number 3 is: what's the pain underneath? You don't want to put anything generic here like they need clients. You want to be specific here as well. What is keeping them up at night? And what is it costing them in money and in how they see themselves to stay in the position they're at right now? Question number 4 is: what have they tried so far? Maybe they've tried other courses. Maybe they've tried marketing agencies that didn't follow through on the things they promised them. Maybe they've tried ads. They've tried other coaches. You can use this information so you sound nothing like the people who failed them, and that's how you can set yourself apart from the failures they've had so far. The next thing you want to answer is what it is they want. It's what you're helping them solve. So for example, for my business, we're targeting entrepreneurs who want to turn strangers into people who trust them and want to invest in their coaching over the internet. So you want to do that for your own business as well. The last question is: how do they talk? What are their exact words? What are some jargon they're using? and you'll reuse them in your own hooks in your DMs later, so your viewers will recognize your language and they will begin to trust you even more. And now that you know these 6 things, you don't want to just keep it in your head. You want to write them down and base it on a real person you have actually worked with. That's a quick tip I can give you. Think of the people you've already helped and base your ICP on one of those people. And by the way, at the end of this video, I will give you a prompt that you can paste into Claude, which will help you create your very own personalized ICP. You now know what an ICP is and how you can build your own. This isn't a document you fill out once and you file away. This is one decision that touches every part of your marketing. Every hook and every video is now aimed at that one person's exact pain in their own words. It will stop the scroll of the viewer you're targeting, and it will help you reach more potential buyers. Your profile and your bio will speak straight to the person you're trying to target, and they will land on your page and think, yes, this is for me. They will click on the follow button or maybe even send you a DM right away. And you can use it in your DMs and your conversation as well. You will open with their problem in their own words, and the trust will already be half built before you even hop on a call with them. That's what people mean when they say pre-sell someone before they come on the call with you. You want to build the trust in the DM, and the way you can build trust in the DM is by what I said before, understanding your prospect better than they understand themselves. And you want to communicate that over to them. And the last thing your ideal customer profile will help with is your offer and your pricing as well. It will shape the offer around what they need, and that precise messaging will let you charge far more than you ever did before. Think of a mechanic. If you drive a Porsche and there's something wrong with the engine, would you rather bring it to your run-of-the-mill mechanic down the road who almost never works on cars like this? Or do you bring it to a mechanic that specializes in these types of cars and works on Porsches on a daily basis? I can tell you that the Porsche mechanic will be way more expensive, but you will still choose him over the other guy because you trust him more with that type of car. You feel like he is the perfect solution for your specific problem. That's the same with your business. You can charge way more money if you specialize on fixing one problem for one type of person. One of the guys we're working with right now started with this exact work, this exact foundational work, before we did anything on his content or on his funnel. And now he's at 13K a month. The important thing is that his targeting came first, and everything else, just like his content or his funnel or anything else, got built on top of that targeting. It's just like the foundation of a house. You can't build a big house on a weak foundation. You need a strong foundation, just like you need a strong ICP to build a big business. The thing is, if you get this decision right, every other piece of marketing will get way easier. But if you get it wrong, no amount of volume can save you from reaching the wrong people. So if you take one thing from this video, please let it be this. You don't need more people watching you. You need to know exactly who you are for and then build everything around that one person. That's the decision the whole game sits on top of. Now, I don't want you to just nod along and close the video. So here's how you can start with building your ICP today. Open Claude and paste this exact prompt into your chat. You're going to help me get crystal clear on the one specific person my business is built for. Ask me one question at a time, wait for my answer, and then ask the next. Cover who they are, the exact problem keeping them up at night, what they've already tried that hasn't worked, what they actually want, and where they spend their most time online. When you've got enough, write it back to me as one clear profile that I can keep in front of me. Start with your first question. Paste this into Claude and answer the questions it gives you, and then you will eventually get out the exact ideal customer profile you need to improve your marketing and make every other piece of marketing way easier. Answer it honestly and you'll walk away with the exact foundation your business needs. This video is the first video of a series called The Profile to Profit, The Breakdown. So subscribe, because this next video is building on exactly what I talked about in this video and will improve your marketing even more. My Instagram is in the description as well, and you can send the one person you're choosing to be for. I'll reply to it personally. I will read all your messages personally, and I will tell you if your ICP is specific enough or if there's room for improvement. So don't miss this opportunity to receive feedback on your ICP. With that said, this is the end of the video and I will see you in the next one. Bye.